So, we're back on. People are away on home. So, what are we at now? So it requires computers and AI limiters. We're going to need a lot of AI limiters then. So let's go over to this. And you are going to... You take 12 seconds and use 20 quick wire. This is less material for that. So that would be 50. So we need 350 plastic. Oh boy. Right. So what we have to do is we gotta go set up dimensional depots over at that far section. That's something we gotta do now, because I think that's a big problem for us. So we'll go along this way, fly over all of this. Right. I mean, this is so much nicer as a railway. Perfect. God, I'm good. So, over here, we've got all of this going on. And what we want to be doing is bouncing out to here, land here, organization, dimensional depot, one there, and just go whoop, like that. And you will go whoop, like, well, that wasn't working. So let's have that, do that. And we upload all that rubber. Let's get the... Okay, alclad sheets are no longer running out for us. Now, we do have compacted coal. So we could, over some of this here, use that compacted coal. Oh wait, nope, that would be over this way. So you here, let's dismantle this and this one. And we want railway junction. Okay, railway junction. And let's blueprint this. So, there's one. Then we'll place the other one here. And then we'll quickly dismantle this, just because this whole little bit here, we can actually replace with a railway straight here. Then we just do railway into that, railway into that, and now we've fixed our railway. Now I think railway stations are still going to need to be tweaked. Because I think they should be one tier entry. Actually, you know what? Since we're over here, we're going to grab plastic. We're just going to get a bunch for our inventory. Mercer spheres, we don't need to worry as much about. Because I think we should have a decent amount for what we need. But over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3 of those. And then, hey, rubber is no longer needed. We are full up on that. So, okay. Let's head over this way. So this here, if we changed it up, we could have one station here that loads up with fuel or heavy oil residue maybe. We could have another one down there for plastic. One for polyester, like fabric, and then we could have one that was dedicated to rubber. Maybe that's what we should be doing. So let's try and dismantle a lot of these along the way. So that's that. Ouch. Alright. We'll try and crouch up to this and do what we can. There we go. That's that smacked and that. So, upload it. No space for any of those. That sucks. But, purple power slug, this doesn't. Let's upload it. And now we're going back into blueprint mode. And we're gonna dismantle this and this, then this. And that next. So it does say there is a train blocked off. Okay, next stop is unreachable over there. I can work with that. Unreachable station. So up this here way. Maybe we go for... Well, steel isn't necessary right now. All these here are going to lead out into the base. So where to... Ooh, whoa. Invalid placement. So let's... If we jump this up a bunch, will that become valid? No, it won't. So I guess we just gotta... Oh, I see. Limestone. You're blocking the way. So let's get this out of the way then. Blueprint. There. There we go. Okay. Now, up the hill we go. And we'll do what we must. So that is Norrköping, Balakavo. That is full of that. Oh yeah, plastic. That's what we need. Let's quickly go to Megafactory and see if we are able to build these things. But it says we're missing resources. So, don't know what it's on about there. Dismantle that, and this. Now, into here. That goes in there. And then let's do that. That's another 150-ish. This is also going to send out the AI limiters into here. At which point we go, organization, dimensional depot, there. And in you go. So, that'll keep those loading nicely. We need to build the space elevator. And I think it's going to go on top of a Megafactory. So let's get that ready, I guess. We will build it in the ocean here. Whoop. But we have to line it up with pots already there. So, yeah. Let's go over to this bit. Now, this is where we put our railway stations in. So you'll go one in here. Railway junction. Then we do a railway straight. Railway junction. So, iron goes in here. Copper goes in here. Limestone. Well, no. Limestone, iron, copper, coal, steel. There's a dismantle crate. Over there. Problema. So, you go there. Let's place one there. You go here. We're gonna set this up so that we have a refinery section. So these here are going like that. We can do this. Or I wonder if instead it's better for us to do... Let me test out a shape. So, if we dismantle this, then place this here, let's break these down. Right would go into here. And we might be able to do it. So, let's test that by going railway, Could you go in here? Theoretically. Let's dismantle that. Whoop. Go like this. Let's dismantle these railways. And build a railway station. So, train station. Place one down. And we'll say the railway station goes here. Well, alright then. So the answer is yes, it can be done. Let's get one of those there, one there. Now these will all sort of feed in. And there will be this junction point here. Because this is where it will branch off the entryways. So let's set that up. We go up to the top there. And we're going to build in our entry points. So, iron is pretty much not used on its own anymore. All of our recipes should be able to use non-iron stuff for it. So here is the steel factory. Let's go ahead and empty this out, because we don't want that. Okay. I think we've snookered ourselves a little bit in terms of resources, or like inventory space. These have to go. We'll clear these as well. 1, 2. Get that and that out of there. This and these. Wire is also going to be completely full up in our inventory. Yep. So instead, let's set this up. So that's going to partially overlap the blueprint designer. We're setting this up here. Okay, I'm really sorry, buddy. I need you out of the way. It doesn't even fly away. It just walks away. Well, that's devastating. So, here is our station. Train base. And we want that going into there. Edit will add a subcategory, and this will be refining. Refinement. We'll call it that. No, just refinery. This here will be smelting. This will be constructor. Well, no, we'll call it construct. You up here, we're going to go base parts. No, foundations. So you go like that. Refinery. No, collection. Collection, smelting, construction. Nope, this here is clearly wrong. This will be assembly. Nope, it just calls it that each time. Construction. Assembly. Refining. This is where liquid will be more important. Manufacturing and blending. So these will be our categories. Apply changes. This is the train station. And we just set the icon to station. Platform. Okay, yep. Guess these here. Let's go for this one. Train station. And you will go under collection. So, that is the train station part. Oop. Solid matter platforms. Solid platforms. And then we'll replace this with fluid platforms. So, fluid platforms. And then let's go quickly to the Megafactory one. We want to load the train station. And just see. So, freight platform. You know what? Do we go with that? We'll see. So each train car, I'll say, should be able to collect 3 carloads. For like 3 things. Freight containers, I guess. So over to this bit. Let's get this right there. And what we want to do is we want to set up concrete piers. So these here will be our bases. Then we go into Megafactory. What the hell? It didn't save the blueprint things? Undefined. Nope, it didn't. I think this is gonna have to be station entryways. So yeah, let's do that. Station entryways. I'm more annoyed that it didn't save the categories than anything else. Because those took more time to name than the other stuff. So, into here. Megafactory. Okay. That's weird. Do we apply? Train station is still in use. Fair. Let's do the edit category. And then save changes. So now, blueprints. Okay, that's weird. Let's go ahead and edit category. Stations can be removed. So that can get rid of those. Foundations, asphalt we can get rid of. Refining, I think, yeah, this whole section here we should get rid of, and we should replace with smelting. Railways, these are going to be fine. Drone, we'll get rid of that for now. We'll also get rid of highways. So we are good to save that. Has it now loaded our things? Yes. So it is now working again. Let's clear these out. Empty factory. Yep, we don't want that. We also don't care too much about the test hypercannon. Real highway. Definitely don't want that. Now, for this, we want to clear this. And we want to load, transport, nope, Megafactory, nope, transport, okay. Railway straight. Now we want to replace this with a one wide, one track part. That will be for our railways. That will be how they get into our station. Nope. So you are going to go like that. And then we do foundations. We'll set this up. Okay, fine. Just for it to look nicer. So you go in like that. And then you will go in like that. Up here, we go transport, railway. And we set this to in. And we'll run this to where? 1, 2. That's us good on this. So this is our railway station entrance. Railway station path. And then maybe we'll call the other one railway station signal. Or do we just add it? Maybe we just add it separate. That could possibly be the one. If we do it as a separate thing. So over there is all of our concrete piers. This is how much in? Right, that's blueprint auto connect. I guess it is going to make us go like that. So let's get that, and here, here, here. Whoa. Nope. Damn it. This is not what we're after. We want you to snap to this. Not to this one. So you here. Let's dismantle these, because these need to be our one-way entrances. Whoop. You and you are going to get dismantled like that. You as a junction will allow us to go railway station path, and now we just line it up to keep going in here. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This will allow us into where we need to go. Then we just do Megafactory, and we're looking for the train station. So the first one we place down will go in this way. Let's place you here. I guess not. Maybe we... Actually, maybe we do. So transport... No. Train station. We go here. And we place one there. Then we do solid platforms. That's too short a railway track. So let's go blueprints. Too short. So we need it to go in to as far as here. You will go in like that. Then we go you into solid platforms and place that here. We then have these run out on this side. So There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is that how many's on this? Yep. So this then, we get this and we just run it around. So transport, railway, you are then going to run in a circle. Can we get you to run over to here? Switch that off. Do junction, 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 and junction. We will just have this do a nice little circle. So you go around, and I want you to run to the midsection of this, which should be probably here. Yep. So you will then run around. We'll tell you to go to here. Let's place that here. You will then run around to 2 in here. That turns 2 sharply. You go to here. And then you will go around. So you need to go 2 in pretty much. I'm trying to figure out this here. So you are on that line over here. So we need you going out to here and connecting to there. Nope, you went way too sharp. So you will instead go 1 and 2. Yeah, you go to here. And then you stretch around to here. This is now our station for loading ores. So, I guess the only thing left to do is sort of name it. This will be iron. Iron input specifically. And it will connect in like we need it to. So these other little bits here, we gotta get them out of our way. And I think what we need is some of these railway junctions. Going 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this could work. This could work. What if all of them came in here, and then we have a track thing that goes and feeds them around on the exterior edge? So you would replace these with the station ways. So now we want station path. And we want this connecting into here. And you would connect. Whoop. You would connect to here. You then would go into there. You will always go out to the right, because you are a one-way system. Iron input here. Then we do our blueprint here. Let's set that up. That will be copper, I guess. We do copper, then we'll do steel. So let's separate these out. One each. Whoop. Collect this and have it go out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yep. So now you will build in. Oh no, we don't have enough motors. Genuinely surprised at that. So get rid of those, I guess. I must have a dismantle crate from some of that stuff now.
This is ridiculous.
Yep, I agree, Ada. I agree. So there's iron input. You are going to be copper input. Copper input. And that will allow us to do our little things over here. So, you, on the other hand, let's do railway junction. We've got this one. Why are you out of alignment? Oh, okay. Let's get that gone then, because this is going to be replaced with this. So, yeah. Alright, center stuff will always have to be this, which is fine by me. So, you here go like this, I guess, maybe? Nope, we do this, and now, fuck it. This is all going to be a little son of a bitch to have to deal with. So you will go in like this. You are going to collect the iron ore, and you're then going to process it all here. So what we need to do is we need to build a room that is 5 by 5 and is smelters, or just a 5 by 5 grid of smelters. So let's do that. Up we go up to here. And points down. Here is our assembler. Don't want that. What we do want, however, is in here. We want smelter bay. So clear designer. Woohoo! All the things we might possibly need. So, smelter. We're going to set this up. No, let's go logistics. And let's figure out what height these here will be at. So they're standard 1 tier elevation. So you are like that. Then we do that. So, production, smelter. Let's set that up. Okay. Now we go conveyor lift Mark 5. And we then do a logistic splitter going there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I guess we'll set them to all go out the same way, maybe. If we had 14 of them, we could be making... let's just do 12 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, this here, connect you in like this, and you go like this. So all of this will connect up. Let's take these ones out of the equation, because this first splitter will be used for kind of a manifold thing. Now, Mark 5. Whoop. You're going like this. And you're going like this. Then we take this here and run you all using the same kind of a thing. So you, and you will all feed from this here, which is running on a straightaway, this here way, and then you all will feed out into a conveyor merger like this. And the reason for that is so that when we feed this out at this height, that allows us to keep the floor pretty clear. And merger. Merger, 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 and merger. So, you all are going in like this. You then feed around to this. Whoop. And you'll connect like that. That is your output. This here, on the other hand, conveyor lift Mark 3. You go like this, this, this. Yep, this is all working how we want it to. hang on. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so I need another one of you. Going like that. You go up to here, I guess. You're doing that. And then you do this. So you will output that way. We will then also output this going up this way. Land here. Grab this. You go in here. You go on there. And let's grab this going out from here to here. You will go from here to here. Now, all of these merge in. And we have a bay of smelters. It's not quite all center aligned. I just realized it's offset to the side. So let's fix that. That's offset. Now we go in here. Let's dismantle all these belts. Then we have to do the lift Mark 3s. Definitely want rid of those. All of this, get rid of. And then we have to do this as well. So those now. This. Logistics, let's do a conveyor splitter. And we want it in the center here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, up 4, I guess. So you here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go up 4. This is very peculiar. And then you, whoop, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's so strange why it does that. Right. We'll set all this like this. Whoop. Let's set conveyor belt Mark 5 like that. Now we do a merger on top of each of these, after which we do another conveyor belt Mark 5. So you go like that. And lovely. You will now feed in from here around to here. And that is that output. So now, conveyor lift Mark 5. Right. Now, this is just basically a tension belt. Whoop. Go like this. These here all go like this. And now we'll take this. We're setting this up as a power pole Mark II. So the power pole Mark II will go one of them here and one of them here. Nope, apparently not. Power pole Mark II. We're going to set up here, I suppose, then. So all of these run into this. This has 6 connections that will be used. This one here we'll place right here. And it will be the same sort of thing. Place it here. Nope, we place it in line with this, apparently. You are dismantled, and you. Get all of these connected. So that's all of those connected. And each of you will then connect up to a final one up here. So, trip hazards a little bit, but who cares? The other thing is belt Mark 5. We'll just run that out like that. And that is our output. Now, this power pole Mark II, we could, I suppose, connect into a power switch. So should we? Maybe we should. That's A and B. That'll allow us to toggle power on or off for the entire facility. So this here, whoop, connect that like that, so it can auto-connect. This blueprint name, Smelter Bay. And this will process 360 ore per minute. Put it into the Megafactory and smelting. Buildings, we are going to set smell for a smelter. So this here, lovely. Now, we want to set all of this to whatever is needed. Smelter, smelter. Grab that. And now this. Now, this will be iron. And I think we'll... Should we paint this to make it obvious? We'll just call this Smelter Bay Iron. And we're going to choose the icon for this. Now, swap this over to copper. I wonder if I go along the top, will that make it easier? Probably would, wouldn't it? So. There's those. This is copper. And lovely. Set this to smelter bay copper. And swap this over to iron. No, copper bars. Lovely. Set this here to caterium. Right, so 12 times 45. That's going to be 540 this will take per minute. To only output 180. So caterium is fortunately not that useful for us anyway. So here is smelter bay caterium. And we set this to caterium bars. Lovely. And finally, pure aluminum ingot. Much better. This is what we need. So this will use 12 times 60. This will use the full 720 per minute to make the aluminum ingots. So aluminum, aluminum, enum. Swap the icon to parts. There we go. Swap that. So now we can head on over and we can construct our iron and our copper refineries. And see just what is needed. I wonder, should we do multi-story for the train stations as they come in? Right, that's going out like that. Blueprints, Megafactory. We want a smelter bay, iron. So, let's see. This here will build... Do we build two of these side by side? I think there's our first one. And does it have overrun? Yes, it does. So we don't want that there. Blueprints, Megafactory, smelter bay, iron. And let's build it here. Nope, can't build it there. So we gotta build it here. And this connection. Oh. Facing the wrong way. Blueprints, smelter bay, iron. So, you, blueprint auto connect. You're outputting that way. And you will connect into here. So as soon as this is ready to connect, let's take you from here and just default that. Then we just set this into there. U output, well, U will go from there. So that allows it to all be connected. And we could now, if we took a train in there that was loaded with iron, we could have 320 iron bars smelting per minute. No, 360. Even better. So, we want to be going in from the right-hand side of the path. So you are going to go... Yeah. You'll always travel on the left. We want to travel up this way. So let's see how that would work. Well, who knows how it would work. Like, actually work. Because this here is so completely fucked. I don't think I know how to make a completely modular factory. So there is all of this. Let's dismantle that and this. I think, yeah. These here are going to have to go like this. So here are our little connection points. That, I think, we need to have a railway that runs the whole way along those. And it has to load in all of our materials. But for now, let's go and get ourselves ready for some space elevator stuff, I guess. Let's build it up here and see what we can get ready. I mean, we did have the space elevator before, but I just kind of got rid of it because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. This manufacturer over here, we don't have the motors we need for it. Fudging heck. There's a dismantle crate there. Motors, you're not filled with motors. You are. But I don't even have the space in the inventory right now for motors. And I got rid of all the stupid other things. So this here needs quick wire cables and all that. No. Just no. You are plastic and quick wire to make AI limiters. We're probably filled up on those. So that electromagnetic control rods, let's start making some. You should, I guess, you don't actually have as many as we need. 3 and 2 makes 4. So let's move some stuff around in the inventory so we've got space. Tor. We will load 300 stators in. And then we need TUR. We need 200 AI limiters. These here, we're going to use 15 per minute and 10 per minute. So, 20 minutes that's going to take us to make 400 electromagnetic control rods. Those will then be used to make magnetic field generators. So we need, how many? 500 of that? So 5 and 2. let's see, 250. No, 125 times 5 is 625. And 250. So, to-do list, no, recipes, we're going to parts, and we are going to mag for magnetic field generator. We're going to add 250 of these. Okay, it doesn't actually let you just hold the button to go up. No, we need 125. So we'll just say, screw it, we'll do that. So this is making all of these that we need. And then versatile frameworks. Well, what can we do with the versatile framework? I would say we've probably got the ability over here. Nope, we don't have the recipe for it. I thought we did, but we don't. There are recipes for making like versatile or flexible framework or something. There is versatile framework. Electromagnetic control rod. That would be 315 of those. So that would be 80 modular frames and nearly 1,000 steel beams. Let's take this out of our inventory. Over here we've got these. Alright, fuck it. We're going to the steel frame part. We're gonna load all of these. We're also gonna load in the AI limiters. We take all of these and deposit all of these. So that is gonna fill up on those, but right. I guess we put you back to mag field generator. Nope. EM control rod. So here is, I guess we'll let it make those last 4. Yeah. Take about 48 seconds, but it'll be worth it. So the steel beams, we've got 800 in our inventory. Let's get 1,200. And then we need 100 of those heavy frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we just need the main modular frames, not actually even heavy ones. So we can go over to here, and we'll offload this. Jump up to here, and grab... Ooh. I guess we just need the 100 from here. Those 100 goes into there. And we're putting you to versatile framework. So you're going to upload all that we need for that. And then, once that has been sorted, a versatile framework part, I guess at least, we just go over this way, and we're going to drop into here. Over there, we've got nothing of importance, really. This will upload all of the frameworks we need. We take these back, sort this, and what do we got? A lot of computers. Hell of a lot of wires. But I think while all of that's going on, let's start the work on building what our factory should look like. And I suppose it makes sense to have it go from around here. I want this whole bit, like, we're gonna have to change it all up. So, clear it all. Every bit of it. We have more work to do to get it up to snuff. Disconnect that, and this. All of these as well. Now, blueprints, Megafactory. Do we build an empty room? No. We're going to build a foundation room blueprint. So let's do that first. A blueprint for foundation rooms. And those will just be down at the bottom. So down this here way. Whoop. Bounce. And now we just launch ourselves back up here a little bit. So this is our blueprint. Fine there. Let's set up foundations. And we are going to build big, old, ugly looking thing. So, get this to go vertical as high as we possibly can. And this is just going to be essentially part of our decoration, we'll say. So you go up like this. Whoop. You go up like this. So it's going to be 40 meters tall, this basic foundation. Whoop. Oh, I see. I did wonder why all of a sudden I was like, yeah, you're allowed that there by one. I was like, no, I want it going down 9. So, in case you're wondering, yes, I am a fan of brutalist architecture. How did you ever guess? And now we just do zoop on this. Welcome to our first foundation. This will go into the base, and this will be, whoa! Megafactory foundation. Megafactory foundation. And we'll put you into foundations. You will then be pillar. Let's do a large concrete pillar. So this is ugly as all hell. And I love it. That is what it should be. It should be brutalist architecture that is brutal. the absolute brutalist. So, takes 1,000 concrete to construct one. It's gonna be so nice once we have this going. Right. So, construct this here. Then we do another one of these. Just get rid of all of these. So maybe in this center bit, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So happy days. Let's take those 5. The Megafactory, I think I want it to be symmetrical. Ooh. I don't want to get enclosed in it. But I do want it to be reasonably symmetrical. So, destroy these to allow us a bit more room. And we'll do what we can. So this, how many was that? Anyway, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is 30 foundations. The width of this. Concrete piers are just massively clogging up our inventory now. But this is such a good way to get rid of excess, like, concrete. Build a giant Megafactory. Like, you may as well. So, over to here. And we can grab all of that. Go for another one here. Another one here. Another one here. And then can we do 2 more over there? I mean, I know we can. I just want to have this here, which is 50 by 30 now. So we keep dismantling. And we do everything possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be very pretty once it's all done. Because I want to have it, like, be glass fronted or something. And we'll also have a glass wall to go along. The glass frames and foundations and everything, they just look good. So, why not use them? We can have the front area be a station. Yeah. We could have under this foundation, or rather, like, not under it, but at the bottom of it, we could have down there glass floors that lead through to where our train stations are. So you can see where the trains are landing and such. Dismantle these here, just to make a bit of room. So, right, that's this. We have 8,000 concrete. We'll build all this along. And what we want is... damn it. Out of concrete. What we want is some kind of anything, I guess, that'll allow us to keep on going. So, ooh. We got something there at least. We've got enough for building 2 more of these foundations. So we'll keep them. Grab that, and this, and this, and this. Now, power for the Megafactory, I think, should ideally come from somewhere else. Unless we just make the entire roof a mass of fuel generators. It's tempting. It is tempting. So there are a few things there. We can go over to this. There's 1 and 2. Are you? Okay, you are still uploading. Okay, so there's a dismantle crate that I really hope is over there. I don't know if the dismantle crates are just possibly despawning. Whoa, no. Right, that's 1,000 concrete. There's the dismantle crate up there. Do we go after them? Well, let's make sure that and these are all dismantled. Any inventory space left? Yes, surprisingly. Okay. Right. Those went like that, and we still have space. Good. Let's finish off those bits there. And then maybe we do steel walls along them. Could be something. Let's do there and there, and can't do that one yet. We can't do yet, rather. Let's grab this. This will all work in the end. I think steel walls, like 10 by 10 steel walls, that will be our foundation support. We've got 6 of these, so let's try and collect, or not collect, but repair, dismantle. That's the word. Dismantle those. So we can then assemble this. Come on. We could get more. Let's dismantle all of those. Well, we can't fit all of them, so let's dismantle 4 of them. And, oop, we could get 5th. So if we land down here... Oh boy. Oh, bugger. We're falling through the map.
Leaving the designated zone has been reviewed by other pioneers.
Yep. Death crate. So, don't fall outside the factory. I think these wee zones here. Oh crap. Wow. Nearly did it again on the dying front. So right, over to here. Grab our death crate. And then dismantle. Switch to the blueprint mode. So that we can get this. Snap to blueprint. And really, we're one short. We do have to dismantle all of these. So, what do we do to get the ores into here? What do we do? I think we need a set of structures. Like maybe 5 by 5. Yeah. If we did 5 by 5 by 5, we could have a station there that does produce, like, basically brings in the ores. And each area could ship in from afar. Over here, we could go for an area like this, our steel factory, except we're going to replace this with iron. This will only be iron. And will produce all the basic iron parts we could possibly need. It has 4 things here. And we could go into here. Clear this Megafactory foundation. We've got all of those things ready to go now. You could put the iron out to here, which could smelt a whole pile of it. So you could be producing... What is this anyway? If you were a Mark II, you would be 240 per minute, 240, 240, and 240. So we would have 960 ore smelted per minute with no overclocking. Let's look at a foundation bay then. We're like, no. What we need is a constructor. And we need a bay of 1, 2, 3, four. 4 of these. Now, if 4 of you were making iron plates, let's say one thing here. So you connect, nope. You connect all 4 of you to this. And let's put another 4 into here. You would then output, that's 240 iron plates a minute. No, 240 iron ingots, becoming 160 iron plates per minute. So let's go to here, and we want a conveyor splitter. This conveyor splitter will go here. And that's the first one. Now, we go in like this. We then want this and this. You, on the other hand, we're going around like this, 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 and this. Now, each of these will have to feed out to a merger. You go there, 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 and there. You, however, will go onto only 2 up, apparently. So let's just build like 2 up like this. 1, 2, and 1, 2. And finally, you over here are going up 2. Let's just do a stackable conveyor pole just for aesthetics. So you go to here, you're going to here, you're going to here, and you're going to here. You will do the same. Connect to there, to there, to there, and around to here. You, on the other hand, around to there, around to there, around to there, and around to there. So this will be iron plates. We will set one that will use 8 constructors to make iron screws. Set up iron wire. Set up cables. And then we can just go, hey, the only copper that's needed now is the copper sheets and ore. Not ore. Sheets and... Damn it. There is a word for it. I know there is. Would you even output properly? I don't know if you would. I think I need to move these 1 in. And let's see, you. Let's put you here. And then we just do here, here, and here. So. Up. Whoa, no. That. You into there, you into there. Whoa, nope. You go like that, and you go like that. Now we just do pipeline. Not pipeline, but you know what I mean. You will connect all of these, and this will be an open air constructor. So you I think you need to go to here. You need to go to here, and then you need to go to here. So that's how you're going to do it. So this here will be a constructor bay. And we'll set it up for just buildings. Oop, there's the constructor. Megafactory. Construction. So now we can set this here to iron plates. Copy this. So up we'll go to this. And there is our iron plate. Over here to Blueprint Designer. We're just going to name this iron plate. And you will be here. Now we set this to the next one, which is going to be iron rod. So this will be 120 to make 120. But rods don't get used that much. Iron rod. I guess this next one is going to be... Do we do steel rod next? Maybe we should just have one for each recipe. Nah, steel will prioritize on other stuff. Screws? Nope, not screws. We want cast screws. So this will be 100 per minute for 400 per minute. And there we go. Cast screws. Iron cast screws. And parts. Go for that. Next up is going to be our... Do we have the recipe for iron wire? We don't currently. Oh wait, we do. Happy days. So, that copy. Iron pipe. And we can then have all of this go up like that. So, iron pipe. You will then be parts and swap to that. Then, iron wire. That'll be 100 to 180. So up here, we do fine. Iron wire. Now, check just in case we have any other iron recipes. Nope. Copper powder. Tempting. Empty canister. Also tempting. Iron rebar. Let's set that up. Why not? We'll do that just for the hell of it. So over to this. Iron rebar. Then we'll just do iron rebar parts. Wait, it's probably under equipment. Nope, it's not. Here we go. Iron rebar. What? Huh. So, right. Let's go into blueprints. And we want to put iron rebar under construction. So, we'll organize this so it's constructor bay, iron plate, iron rod, which we didn't actually change the icon for, so we need to do that. Iron cast screws, iron rebar, and iron pipe. Okay, so I'm okay with that. Going into here, iron rebar. And... wait, that wasn't iron rebar, was it? It was iron rod. And let's do parts. This. And now we gotta do cable. So into here, cable. So there we go. And that's cable sorted. Cable. We'll call this wired cable. And you will be parts there. So, that's our new thing. That's a decent idea for what we should be starting with. But let's actually just set up this so that we can go copper sheet. We'll set up the copper sheet side of things. And then we're able to set up the next type of one. So you are copper sheet. We can do copper dust, I think. Copper dust. Copper sheet. Oop. Damn it. Copper sheet. Set this here to parts. Then we'll do copper powder. Okay. Right, you over here. Grab that. Grab this. And grab that. So you are copper powder. Lovely. And we're going to swap you to parts. Copper powder. Where is it? There. Steel beam. And then steel pipe. Steel beam. Steel pipe. Steel beam. So over to here. Steel. And beam. Parts. And grab that. So, next little bit, we can set all this stuff over here finally. We should be able to set you now to magnetic field generator. So we'll take the the versatile frameworks that there are. So upload those. Okay, so that's loaded those in. I've too much crap in my inventory. So let's go for EM. Nope. I gotta search for control rods. So let's load that. Split custom. And we want 26 of those to go in. So 26 of that. We want 15 versatile frames. So that there goes in. And then we get the rest of our versatile framework. So that should be 250 something, I want to say. Now, up here we've got however many that is. Assembler, we've got this. Let's see. Do we have what we need for a... We do. We've got what we need for a particle accelerator. So you could make nuclear pasta with 200 copper dust. 200 copper dust. And 1 frame for it. That's going to be a lot of stuff. So let's go grab this. Place. Nope. Not what I wanted. What I wanted was here. So we're going to put in the blueprints for copper powder. Now, this we will connect up. To where? Let's get that connected to that. You are going to load in with this. And we're going to dismantle this. Get it gone. Iron rods, we can offload those for now. We should also be able to load this into here, just to clear a bit of space. You over here, we can definitely get rid of those. And that makes us able to carry a little bit more crap. So, 200 copper powder. Let's grab all of these. Nuclear pasta, I don't get how that just requires copper and those frames. But, okay. Oh, god damn it. So, these aren't going to output properly because of the fact that I was an idiot and boofed the outputs. So you go like that. I only did 4 out of the 8 of them. No. You go like that. So all of these here, you're going to use 300 per minute? Jesus. To make 5 copper powder. That is an obscene amount. Like, I genuinely am surprised how much that is. It feels like that should be being slooped. Because that 200 copper powder just becomes nothing. How much do you... Right, you use 30 to make 5. So let's grab this. And then we want to load this up with this. And over here, you're just going to fill up with that. How do we get you to drop in like this? If you went down all the way, holy mercy. Okay, so that's new. Right, hang on. There we go. Okay, so now I need this. So you will output all of that, which should allow it to stack up again. You over here, you have used nearly all of that copper. Jesus. And this is all we've got from it? Well, I suppose we're dividing it by 6. So for every one up there, for every 2400, 4800, we're getting 800 copper powder. That is not going to sustain us for long. So we'll go get rid of this. And then, oh, there it is. Another 1300 to go in there. So, ouch. Let's quickly go ahead and grab this. Oh no. You go up 1. You go in like that. And we'll see if that. So at least it's something. But it ain't much of something. We'll have 500 at least. A stack of 500 of these. That probably should have been a manifold. Let's get rid of those. And we'll upload that. So, EM control rods we can also get rid of. And we'll see, just over here, how much we got going on. Okay, you're only making 5 per minute, so that's going to take us ages. I guess field generator? Magnetic field generator, we got 44 of these. So let's upload them all. There's 44. We'll look at the manufacturer and see what's needed for those different systems, because we might be able to do something for them. I guess we need supercomputers first. So supercomputer here. One of those requires all of that. But maybe it's going to be better if we go for the OC supercomputers. 2 radio control units and 2 cooling units. So into here, let's go for three alternate. This has easier components to acquire and makes 22.5 per minute. This makes 12.5 per minute. So I guess we're going for this one. Let's look for the circuit boards. If we load in 100 of these, that's 100 of those. We need crystal oscillators. If we had 100 of those, 1,000 of those, 6,000 of that, and 3,000 of that. So maybe we start having a look at some of this stuff. So all that concrete. Fine. Ooh, supercomputers. Wait, we had 10 in our... We have 31 of those. So let's go ahead with this and see what goes into it. Leading edge production. That gives us access to thermal propulsion rocket, which is the next little bit that we need. So we'll go over to here and we'll see what we can get. You have 100 of that, 100 of that. We need aluminum casings. But you know where we might be able to get those aluminum casings? All the way over at our blender. Do we do the train network thing, or do we possibly just go for drone? I mean, I don't mind the concept of a drone port where everything is ferried in that way. It might be easier to look after. Definitely be easier to construct. But the problem is it can't carry fluids like this could. Oh wait, yeah, over here. Okay, take this here. We've got all of this. And you don't need any of those. If we loaded 25 motors, say, we don't even have 25 motors, but we can load 12 of those in. It'll get rid of something at least. Never mind. We can do that there. Whole pile of cooling systems being generated. We got 278. So that is how many casings? What to do, what to do. Well, this here, it's still loading a crap ton. So this 600 will be 10. So we can do that. Yeah, let's use this 600 to make 10 of the batches of radio controls. Because that gives us 60 radio control units in the end. We also have the magnetic field generator stuff still working. We have already made at least 11, but probably more. Over this here way. And boom, boom, boom. There we go. Right. $600 casings. And then we need rubber. $300 to upload. So this will give us 60 radio control units. What is loaded in there? Just smart plating. And there are our motors that we wanted. So this is going to do... In 3 minutes, it's going to take all that. So we should be fine there. Over here, we can go into our field generator. We now have 80. That is something. So let's take this just down this hill. And around this way. Now, we'll get you to feed in from here. So you will just upload all of them. As you should. Over here, you've got loads of that. Once that's done 10, it's going to stop on us. But that is fine. Magnetic field generator, 84. Let it keep doing its thing. Oh wait, it's going to be in the blender, isn't it? That we need the next thing. Production, let's do blender. This will probably be where we get... Nope. I'm confused then. Recipes. Parts. Let's look for it. I thought it was like a director control system or something. So automated wiring. Assembly director system. So it's in the assembler. It is, okay, Jesus. We need to make 250 of those at a rate of 0.75 per minute. So if we 2.5 that, that's nearly 2 per minute. So nearly 4 per minute. But it requires a hell of a lot of stuff to go into it first. So over here we have all of these. 80 control rods. Right. Let me go into the to-do list. And drop this way down. Oop. So for it, we need 200 turbo, or like 250 overclocked, no, supercomputers. That's the name of them. So that's that. Crap on a cracker. Load those. And then we get that to go as well. So let's go over to here. And we're going to clear this little bit out. Destroy this. And we'll build our two, what do you call it? Our two refinements. Refinements? Refineries? Refinings? Our two things. So, production miners. That's it. The miner. We don't have any automated miners. Damn you. So for now, I guess we'll send you around to this section. How do we... Okay, there's one. So you felt we could go up to there. This is going to completely clog our inventory with coal. But it's the only option we have for blueprints, and we're going for Smelter Bay iron. So here, you will feed up to this. You connect to this. So all of this goes out. And it then feeds into... Whoa! You're already... like, filling up with iron? Happy days. Dismantle that, and this, and this, and this, and this. Also those. So, blueprints, Megafactory. Let's go for a... What do we want? Iron pipe? No. Iron plate? Maybe. So this would go out from there. Okay, you know what? For laugh, let's try it. See what it does. No empty power line connections. So you would connect over to where? There? Alright. And then we go from here. And we'll feed you around to this. Woo. Okay. So let's set that up for this, and then you go to here, and then around to here, and then in. That's also incredibly inept. I kind of borked up my blueprints a lot. Yeah, I think this whole place is fucked and is going to need reconstructed from the ground up. So let's go over to our Megafactory foundations, and we're going to construct a ton of storage. Ooh. Maybe we should build a blueprint for the storage. I think we should do that. Because that way, I can go, hey, look at all of this. So we'll go over to this. I think maybe each floor should be 5 high. So let's go over to here. Let's avoid this. And we're going to go right. Walls. Do we go for walls? I think maybe we do. But we'll have those as a separate item we install. Instead, industrial storage. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Is that about even? That is not. So you, instead, are going to connect like that. You are just connected on this here side. So you'd go like that, because you're just inside. Yeah. So you do that, into this. These are how we are going to store everything. So 1, 2, and you are 3. This will allow us to split stuff down here. So we want logistics, stackable conveyor pole. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. Because these here are going to be fed through. Let's see. You will connect into this. You connect into this. And you connect into this. These will just connect directly across. But each one... Nope. You shouldn't have done that. You should have gone from here to here. So, stuff feeds in from the side here. Problema. Big problema. So this here needs to feed down like this. It needs to be the inverse. So yeah, this is what we need. You would feed into that. You feed into that. And you feed into that. Boom, boom, and boom. Boom, boom. And boom. We get these to connect to each other. Whoop. Nope. You connect directly across like that. And this is how our storage bays will allow us to store 48 times 12. 576 stacks, I want to say. So you over here. We could go into this right. They go in and in. So how do we get this to look nice on this here? We want it over here. You go up like this. And then what you could do is you could go straight in like that. And go straight in like that. That feeds into that, which feeds across into this. But no. You know what? It can't be alternating like that. It has to just be straight through. We have to just go ahead with the normal straight through. And each bay will all feed in. So logistics, we go for a splitter. And we just place it here. Central. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We place it up like that. We do stackable conveyor poles. Here and here. This will then split and go into 2 separate places. So it feeds out to the extreme of each. And they will alternate into each other. So you feed out, in, and out. Yeah, maybe we just do 12 stacks of everything. So you feed out to there. You then feed to there. Okay, that's not great. The fact that it's that high means we did it too high. So, place this 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that was better. Mark 5 and Mark 5. Why did you have to be like that? You are 1, 2, 3, 4. You do that. Now, you are going to go from here into here. You are here into here. And you will feed in like this. So you go in like that. You go in like that. And then both of those will merge into one single location here. Nope, it won't. We want this still to go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you will be our conveyor merger. Oh, really? I got the angle wrong on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And connect you in via that. You feed in. Nope. You are also an asshole. Right? You Conveyor merger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Conveyor belt Mark 5. You go in like that. I don't know why that decided such a weird angle. You go straight from that, and you go straight from that. Then we just do this here. So you'll go up and up. And this we will call storage depot. And buildings. Storage. Category. Megafactory. Collection. So, time to go build a bunch of these in. And we may as well just use the rocket to fly over. This first floor is going to take so much. But it's going to be beautiful. I think that's a 7, is it? Or is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay. So, we should probably try and build out a little bit more. Because we want 10. But, first things first, Megafactory, storage depot! So, blueprint. And we'll set this up to go along somewhere. So here is 1. And that's pretty much all we can get with that. This is where we're going to store wire. So wire goes into here. Then we can have a secondary one. Secondary one could be concrete, I guess, maybe. We'll dismantle as much as we can of these. And that is a lot of stuff. So there's 1, 2, 3. So yeah, this might work if we can keep building these out like this. We got to do a hell of a lot of work on some of the stuff here. So what's our inventory look like? Not horrendous. I think we need to set up an assembler to mass produce alclad sheets again. And we can dimensional depot it. So over to here. Bounce and slide. We've got that. You. We can try and put one of you here. Merge you into this. Organization. We want 2 industrial depots. Or industrial storage containers. I guess we're just going to have to curve these in. Or default them in. You are alclad aluminum sheets. Let's get... Oh, damn, we don't have enough summer sloops. We're short one. What to do? I suppose 3 in 1 does still give us a good return. But organization. Let's get one of these out here. So hang on. you go like that, and then we do organization, dimensional depot. So you would be that, and then you will feed around there. So, aluminum ingot time. We got a lot of those to produce. Although I think we also probably got a lot already produced, don't we? Yes, we do. That's going to produce even more. That's how many? That is 14. No, that's 12. So we got 1,600 there. Which is fine. It's not quite going to give us the amount we want. We'll only get... Actually, wait, no, we get 3 sheets. We get 3 of them per thing, so that does work out nice for us. Let's go for this here. You're going to use 75 per minute. And we are going to go up this way. So you will take all of these. And then we'll go and grab all the other bits. So iron ingots. That's 16 in there. We'll do 2 more runs on the alclad sheets, or alclad ingots, because then we've got 4,800, which means we'll have 4,800 alclad aluminum sheets. That is pretty much us. Like, that is more than we would need, I think. So up this here way. Into here. Fire that in. We've got all this. Do we have any scrap? We actually don't have any scrap. Nope, just screws and all. So let's see. Do we have what we need for another storage depot? Getting there, bit by bit. But, yeah. I think iron rods, we need to grab more of those. So let's grab some of them from the dismantle crate. Which is where? Oh boy. It's not like empty, is it? It's kind of empty, I think. If we look over this way, right, the dismantle crate is over there. Not ideal. Rods might become a little bit of a premium currency soon. So we'll try and figure out what to do for all of that. Over this here way, we can just grab all of these little bits. So maybe let's grab the storage depot and we'll place it down here. So there's the storage depot. This is all the wire stuff. That could be all coal, maybe, for the meantime. We just make it all about coal storage. This, on the other hand, so much inventory space now as a result. bounce and slide. Get these up here. And come along then. Right, we gotta make sure we don't accidentally fall. So I think definitely when we do build our factory out, we need to make sure there are walls everywhere. Because we're far enough outside of the bounds that if we fall outside of the map. And that is heavy. So we can make another 13 foundations, maybe. There is that. Steel is going to be another important thing for us. Got this all going. Okay. So there's that and this. And now, yeah. Okay. That is now building 2. So that does all its little bits there. And we want to set up our first floor with more of these. Actually, do we want it right there? I don't think we want it right at the front. Maybe not. But this here, you would be... So you... Plates. Iron plates, iron rods. Screws. Yeah. We're not going to have it right on the edge. We're going to have it be one in. That's what we have to do. So let's go dismantle these so that we have enough. This would be what? 6,000 concrete? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, okay, we still got plenty of space. Let's get rid of all of this then. Now we can go over here. Dismantle crate we don't need to worry about. All the way over there. And we're fine. So, let's use our 10,000. And we had plenty of room still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, no. I don't know where that other one went. But I have a sneaking suspicion. Okay. Interesting. So over here is the storage depot. We're going to move all of these in one. So blueprints, storage depot. I guess we can have bays for... Yeah, this first bay, maybe, is for individual ores. So that'll be iron. Well, limestone, iron, copper, coal, deuterium, sulfur, bauxite, quartz, and Sam, I suppose. So this here, first one here, we'll load you in. You will be limestone. Whoop. Limestone. We want to upload all of that. Then we want iron in here. Iron ore. So in you go. All of our iron ore. You will be copper. We don't have copper ore. How interesting. Coal. So the coal goes in there. This would be sulfur. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pop that in. Sulfur. This then would be bauxite. So we go for bauxite. And load all that in. Oop. Right, hang on. Iron. Right. Limestone, iron, copper. Caterium we're missing. Coal, sulfur, bauxite. Sam, quartz, uranium. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There are 10 solid materials. I don't think we want uranium being stored on the same place as our usual stuff, though. So maybe we just do the 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I suppose we'll get rid of these foundations so we can just have our first set. And then from the iron stuff, we can have a floor dedicated, or like a storage space dedicated to refined materials of each. So this would take all the ore and smelt it all from those base components into what they needed to be. Storage depot. We're missing the iron rod component. So this here, let's take this and place it down here. Limestone, coal. This is going to be our unrefined area. And then all of this will feed out to the refiners. Go along. So I'll have bays of all of the smelter things, and we'll set up the smelting bays to fully utilize all that we have. And then I don't know what we do. I am so stuck for ideas of how to make this factory efficient. So up here, Bounce and slide. Drop this down. Maybe we smelt it at the source. So all of the iron gets shipped as a bar. Then we have the coal, the compacted coal. I mean, what do we actually work with? So, iron makes iron and steel. Copper makes copper. Limestone just makes concrete. Quartz makes silica and quartz crystals. Caterium ore makes just caterium. Sulfur makes black powder and compacted coal. That's reanimated SAM. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bauxite is a 10th one. So maybe we do quartz just goes as one thing. Silica's not important anyway, so we just do quartz crystal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 solid materials we could refine. And then ship. So the blueprinter here will go into it. And clear designer. Smelter, or do we do foundries? Well, let's do foundries first. Because we can use the foundries for steel and such. Is that going to be... Yeah, we can do 4 foundries side by side. But we need modular frames for that. And that would give us 180 of those. 180 steel bars per minute. 236. How are you looking for Alclad? Alclad aluminum sheets. Still going grand on those. And we're doing fine for the resources too. You are short on versatile framework. Let's see. Why? We'll take those and we fire them all in. This will give us another 104 into that. And that iron rod. I think we miscalculated our EM. Oh, yeah. We did. We absolutely did. We are not going to have what we need there. So this is going to screw us. God damn it. Can you be nuclear pasta? No, you can't. Overclocked computer, I think, is going to have to be our next one. So you're going to use 2.5 per minute. 3 minutes time. So we're going to wait for it to do its 3 minutes thing, and then we're going to round it up there. Let's, in the meantime, go into this, grab this, drop it down. I think this area here will not connect this coal to the main base. Instead, I think this coal, the sulfur over there, and the iron up there are all going to go together. So this crap ton of coal to go. And we're fine with that. So we'll let it do its thing. We'll also get the SAM and the quartz from in there and have it feed out. I don't know what I came for. Dismantle crate. That's what I came for. Ooh. Okay. Closer than I thought. That's a crap ton of stuff. Alright then. Concrete. I think we can successfully give some of that away. So this area here, if we set it up right, this could be limestone, copper, or no, copper we'll get from elsewhere. This could be limestone and iron and steel and sulfur and coal. That's a pretty healthy little output. So we'll play about with that and see what it's like. Down here, drop like this, and lovely. We're going to fill up with all of our iron. No, not iron, our concrete. You are going to be our coal. You over here would be iron ingots, I suppose. So let's go to here and get our ingot. Iron ingot. Aluminum ingot. Copper ingot. So that coal. I suppose this here could be compacted coal. Yeah, maybe we do compacted coal in here instead of just regular coal. So let's take all of the regular coal. And then we just sort that. You would then be black powder, maybe? Do we have space in the inventory? No, we don't. So, ooh, are you more compacted coal? Nope, you're just plain coal. Damn you. So this over here, black powder goes in there. In here, we would put iron. We'll just put it as ore for now. Ingot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. You would be copper then. Place the copper into there. You'll be the caterium. You will then be aluminum. You can be quartz crystal, and then we can have the reanimated SAM at the end. Ooh, got more rods. Nice one. So place that there. Happy days. This does its thing. Let's build the next storage depot to go in. Let's see. Missed that one. Skip one. And then drop it in here instead. We skip one, drop it in. Skip one, drop it in. Right here. Skip one, drop it in. And we just do this the whole way along for this. These will be our base constituent components. So wire, plates, and other things of that nature. That's concrete. Okay. So, raw materials, refined materials, you over here, we do plates going into this. So, iron plates goes in there. We'll do iron rods into here. You can be screws. Screws go in there. You here could be plastic, maybe? No, wire first. Wire, then cables. Wire, quick wire and cables. So you would be wire, cable, cable, and then quick wire into here. You could then be, let's see, what should you be? Sheets, copper sheets. Then next section would be something else. I don't know. But we could have an area for each of them. Let's jump and fly down this way then. We will then set our thing to overclocked computers using heat sinks, or not heat sinks, cooling units. And we'll make as many OC computers as we can. So those go down like that. And let's take that out too. Nice. Now over here, let's take this here. And we're going to put this in here. I put it back into the one it was in before. I'm not the smartest man. So this here, you're going to make 6 of them. So we're now making even more. And I like the sound of that. This is fine. I guess we'll set you to bolted frames. You go across like that. Versatile framework. Nope. Field generator. So we've got 85 of those. So if we had 34 more EM control rods, we don't have 34 more. We just have 18 more. Radio control unit is a bit of a dead end. Bolted iron plate. Maybe we load up our inventory full of iron plates. Nope, crate's not there. Let's go and check the dismantle crate down by the beach. And see what's there. So down we go. A lot of crap here, isn't there? So lovely. All of that. Let's take all of those And the screws are all completely done. How did I use up all the screws? I mean, I know the answer, but I'm also just like, how the fudge? So I think we're going to take a couple of 100 steel beams, load them into constructor, overclock and sloop it. And that is going to be our steel screws. So we load those in. Happy days. You disconnect. Production constructor. You go in like that. You then go in like this. And you'll go in like this. You go into here. Hook this into... I guess that's fine. And we want steel screws. So you're going to make 260 a minute. 650 a minute. And that's without... like, that's using 12.5 steel beams per minute. So, yeah. Let's just grab, like, 200 steel beams. And load them into there. So this is going to massively overfill. You're using 625 per minute. Meaning 12.5 per minute. Let's load this with 1,000 beams. So that 1,000 becomes, 52,000 steel beams. Or like, steel screws. The iron plates, we're well stocked. We're going to have so many reinforced iron plates ready. No space left in depot. So, good. Once we run out of plates, which should be, right, 200, yeah, should be fine. Well, we're going to autosave in about 3 seconds. Save completed. So with that done, let's go save game, achievement 2, and that's us for tonight. So, I will be back on possibly tomorrow, depending, but I'll see